Hey, how are you? It's Margot Mastery, your heartfelt CFO. I hope you are all doing amazing tonight. I am super excited to be here with you live and talk about a topic that I've been seeing a lot lately with mental health business owners. And I hope you get value in that. If you are live or replay, feel free to say hello. Also, if you are here, you have questions, or there's something that resonated with you, or you wanted more details around certain things, feel free to ask. So a common question lately has been how to keep more profits in your pocket as a business owner, especially coming from a W-2 worker. Now, a lot of mental health business owners are coming from a practice and now being on their own. So you could be coming from a practice where, let's say, you made gross $250,000. So you're technically coming home with after whatever tax bracket that you're in. The important thing to realize when you work for somebody is that they had a system where your taxes was removed. Whether it was the most or the best possible amount to be deducted is a separate thing, but you at least had taxes removed. Now you're working as a business owner and you're making a gross, let's say, of $250,000, and you're going to make, let's say, 80, 90,000, let's say $50,000. So that's a significant difference in taking care of your family, making net $50,000 versus being able, when you work for somebody, and gross $250,000. Now, a lot of business owners are thinking, a lot of mental health business owners now are thinking, because they worked for somebody, that it's so easy to open up a business now and make money all for themselves. Now, my accountants probably feel like that too, where they can do it on their own possibly and make more money. However, the reality is it's not. The shift to entrepreneurship, you are making that net, which means after expenses, you didn't pay any taxes yet. That's what you would pay taxes on. So you have your gross income and then your net, and that's what you would pay taxes on. The important thing to realize here is that if you're now going to do the bookkeeping yourself and keep track of your expenses, you're not understanding the shift of what it's costing you from being a W-2 worker, from working for somebody else who took out taxes for you. Now you work for yourself and you have no taxes being taken out. The shift of that alone is a huge awakening. Doing that alone on a do-it-yourself level is only going to put you into a higher tax issue and not even being compliant. Compliant meaning needing to follow the tax code. Just because you started your business doesn't mean you don't follow the tax code. Just because you didn't know doesn't mean you don't follow the tax code. Now, as a business owner, you need to follow the tax code. It is so common that many of you mental health providers are going out on your own, but you're not realizing this. Paying self-employment tax without the correct entity is going to get you in trouble. Another thing I want to mention is that when you shift accountants, that doesn't mean because you shift accountant, they're the reason why you're paying or you're not paying. Your situation and your circumstances deliver the results. Let me say that again. The accountant is not the reason why you owe on taxes. Your situation becomes the reason. So if you just came out of a job that you work for somebody and now your taxes are being taken out, now you work for yourself and you're tracking your own income and expenses, and to expect to just pay for a tax return, it's not going to work, because your tax return is just going to be something that is a copy and paste, and you're gonna have a tax bill anyway. So now, to loop this all together, the grand question is should you invest or just pay the account, or just pay the IRS, of understanding where your money is going. The alignment doesn't happen. It just continues year after year, where you're creating the pattern that you don't know where your money is, and you're doing that year after year. So you're not changing your behavior. You're not doing anything different than what you were doing in the other way. What you need to do different is find someone who's going to teach you and work with you on how to run your business in the most efficient manner. Paying less taxes is the end result. Your focus is on your activities and your intention every single day, so that these actions could help you reduce taxes. Reducing taxes is the end result. Yes, there's strategies to implement, but it's a lot harder to implement the strategy if you're not having the daily action or weekly actions to align with those strategies. Because what happens is year after year, it just gets worse and worse. The money has to come from somewhere to implement those strategies, and it's the business owner. Something has to give. So if you are out there and you just came from a job and you are doing your own bookkeeping and you're looking for tax returns, I invite you to think about how that would work out on your own. If you are a business owner and you're possibly thinking about doing bookkeeping, great job. Because bookkeeping is the number one thing to do to help you keep track of your expenses, put more money in your pocket, and safeguard your results. Not only just safeguard your results, but keep the money in your pocket. You don't get a bigger award for paying the IRS more taxes, and that you think that you're a victim to this scenario or to the system. You're a victim if you let yourself. Stop being a victim and come join all the other mental health business owners who are in control of their money, in control where their taxes go. Now, a client of mine this week, she had a huge breakthrough around money. She bought from us a tax plan, but she couldn't show up for herself. She couldn't show up for herself because she had so much money trauma that was happening that she bought it, and that was her pattern. She would buy things that it was creating the result, but she wasn't showing up for herself. So she would start, stop. You want to continue the process. Alignment around money is really the game changer in saving around money and tax. And I can tell you, I am the queen of that, and I'm the only CFO out there who creates change around money so that you can create more money in your pocket and be able to have the lifestyle that you want. Lifestyle and the type of business. Now, not only did she create a result for herself this week of $35,000. So she ended our call and she said to me, Margot, I paid you about $4,500 and you just gave me $35,000. So think about that. The alignment around money and tax from one phone call. It gave her $35,000, and we didn't even begin the work on taxes. That's how exciting it was for her. And she emailed me another win. So I invite you to really think about what your actions are every single day. You may not need to make 7 figures. You may be able to make more profit by doing less and mastering the process. Because I can tell you, that's how I do things. I master the process with not necessarily needing a gazillion different clients in a huge firm. We're a boutique firm that loves working with our mental health business owners. I hope you enjoyed this. Any questions, as always, let me know. And put your nuggets down below. Share this with or tag a bestie around a mental health practice or another service provider who you think could benefit. Talk to you soon, and thanks for listening.